Hi everyone, myself Dr. M. Lakshmi Prasad, working as an associate professor in the Department of Data Science in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. In this video, I'm going to discuss about file management. So file management, operating system which is going to provide an organizational structure for the computer contents, and this hierarchical structure of directories may be divided into different hierarchy like drives, folders, subfolders, and then files. So this file management is going to be managed by the operating system, which is going to be provide an organizational structure for the computer contents, and these contents are going to be represented in hierarchical structure of directories. So we can able to identify the drives. So from the drives it should be folders, and it should be further divided into subfolders, and then we can able to obtain the file contents information. So this should be the view of this, how the files are going to be viewed. And so the left side, what we should see should be this navigation panel with links to the favorite folders, and this should be the biology of 101 folders that is going to be selected. And within this folder, again, the folders are going to be organized in hierarchical structure. So from that, again, so this 101 folder able to contain the different types of files. And viewing sort of files and folders here. So we can able to see the files in different views, and we can able to see in 3D view also can able to see the files. That should be the latest version that is going to be obtained here. And so if we are going to see the details view, so then we can able to see this what should be the main directory. From that, what is the subfolders that are available. From that, we can able to see the files where it is going to be located, and with the specified date modification on what type of files and folders we're having in that particular folder also can able to see in detail. So we can able to view the files in large view. I can able to see in the icon view, or can able to see some other folders view also. So suppose if I can able to see store the files with the preview of contents, though that the twin should be able to show what are the folders and what are the content of this can also be viewed by the side. So that is the preview of that panel, and the folders can also, or files can also be displayed in the form of separate icons, and also can able to view the files and folders. So what are the other views of these files and folders? So very first thing should be tiles view, and then list view, and some small and medium icons view. Right, so these are the some of the views of sorting the files and then folders. So we can able to view the files in tiles view. So like this would be the tiles of that, either it may be a files or it may be a folders. And similarly, if I'm going to see the list view, so what should be the list view I can able to see here. And the list view of these files and folders, and we can also view the small size of this files of windows, and then also medium icons also I can able to view the files. So these are the different views of the files and then folders. Then first, how we're going to name the files, that is the question here. So the name, suppose if I'm going to store that file as txt file text word, then I can able to save it as .txt. And similarly, if I'm going to maintain doc file, that is Microsoft Office means, then I have to save it as .doc. And if it is C file and Java like this, I can able to going to save the file with the dot extension. So the name assigned plus the file name extension have to be followed. That is the procedure what we have to going to be followed to save the files. And normally the characters are not legal in Windows file names, like suppose apostrophe. Uh, these are the symbols, so which is not going to be comes in a file name. So we should not follow this. This kind of symbols should not be followed in that file names. And character is not legal in Mac file names also. So some of the file name extension what are going to be seen now. And doc Doc is the thing which can able to process this type of the document, that should be word processing document of Microsoft Office 2003. And similarly DOX is the other kind of file extension where can able to specify the same Microsoft Office document processing document in Microsoft Office 2007. Similarly, WKS and that kind of file name extension, which should be also a word processing document for the application of Microsoft works and then processing. And WPD is another file name extension, so where that should be as word processing document itself, but the application should be Corel Word Perfect. And another kind of format that is .xls, that should be type of document should be the spreadsheet, and which is going to be used in application of Microsoft Excel. And similarly SLR, so another kind of extension for the spreadsheet, but the application should be for Microsoft Works and then spreadsheets. And .mdb is the another file extension that is going to be used for the database here, and the what kind of extension or application for Microsoft Access. And .ppt is the another file name extension that is going to be used for PowerPoint, and we can able to go for the application of Microsoft PowerPoint. And .pdf is the thing under extension what I'm going to be used for portable document format, that what we call it as PDF. And this thing is going to be used for the application like Acrobat Reader and Adobe Reader. Right. So these are the some of the file extensions what are going to have for corresponding particular type of document and particular kind of application. So right. So doc is the doc file for which is going to be used for Microsoft Office 2003, and docx is the other file extension that is going to be the Microsoft Office Word, and WKS is the other extension word processing document only, but the application is for Microsoft Works and Processing, WPD, and so these and all will be the word processing document file extensions, and then the corresponding applications of that word processing. And similarly, if I'm going to take the type of document is of type spreadsheets, then .lxs and SLR, these are the two extensions that is going to be followed, and the corresponding type of application will be Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Works spreadsheet. And for the database, MDB is the extension for the application of Microsoft Access. And PowerPoint only we have one type of .ppt, and it should be for Microsoft PowerPoint, and PDF is for portable document for Acrobat Reader and then Adobe Reader. So some other file name extensions what we are having is .rtf, and what type of document it is, that the text, and any program that can be read the text documents, that should be .rtf. .txt is another kind of extension for the text only, but we can able to use that one also for any kind of programs that can be read the text documents. And .html or .htm is another kind of extension, so which is going to be used for the web page, and which can also called as a hypertext markup language. So through the HTML, you can able to design web pages, and this should be the title of web page, and this should be the content of the web page, and this should be the scrolling windows what we're having, and like this you can able to design with the hypertext markup language. And similarly, BMP is the under file extension that should be bitmap image for the Windows application. Suppose if I'm going to save this images, then we have to save it as .bmp, that should be bitmap image, or can I also save it as JPEG, or can I able to save it as GIF, like this. So these are some of the different types of formats, extension format that is going to be used for the image. And GIF is another kind of extension that should be compressed file and with the application of WinZip, right? So for the text, what we are having here is RTF is the thing, and .txt. So both are going to be same type of text document, and for any program that can able to read the text documents and is going to be used for this type of extension. And next one is the .html. HTML is the thing that is going to be mainly for web page designing purpose, like hypertext markup language, what we call as. And similarly, if I'm going to use XML, then I can also be make use of .xml, and if it should be extension .xhtml, and like this I can able to use. These are also some of the different types of markup languages that is going to be used for designing the web pages. So .bmp is the bitmap image only for the Windows, and .gif is the zip file that is going to be compressed with the WinZip. And here is the file path. So how we're going to save the file path is the thing. For that, what we are going to do. So first we have to specify the direct drive name. So what kind of drive I'm going to choose. So whether it may be C drive or D drive or E drive, whatever, we have to choose the drive, and then we have to be select the primary folder. So what is the first folder in that drive, you can able to use it, and for that followed by the subfolder name. So right, so now what is the next folder within this primary folder? We have to identify what should be the first folder. First subfolder have to be identified. So once the subfolder is identified, then we have to be, again you have to check whether this is going to have any other kind of subfolders or not. You have to be check it out. So once this subfolders is going to be identified, and we have to be see whether it is going to have files or not. We have to be identified. So the file name we have to be identified. So this is the primary folder, and this should be subfolder, and these two are the other subfolder that should be in this subfolder. And once this one is done, then you have to identify the file name. So whether this folder is going to have any files or not, you have to be identified. If it is going to have that file name, so with the .txt, or it may be have .bmp, or it may be .doc, like this, you have to be identified with this format. So that should be treated as the file name. So here what they're going to do, based on the extension of this file name, you have to be check it out whether it should be that or not. Okay. So extension, based on the extension only, you have to be find it out whether it is what kind of file it is, whether it may be image file, or it may be an doc file, or it may be extension file. You have to be find it out. And what is the working with files? So we have the file management able to provide some of the functions in files, like opening the file and then copying the file, and moving the file, renaming, delete. And another option what we have is recycling bin. So that one is going to be, so what is the file that is going to be deleted from the folder that should be available in the recycle bin. So if you open this recycle bin, so if you are going to have the option like restore, then automatically it will available at the location where that file is going to be deleted. And some of the options, major options of this working on files is that open the file. So I can able to open the file, so where it is available. So the process of the drive, and then primary folder name, and that should be followed by another folder name. So what I am going to do, and within that I can able to through this path I can able to select this file name.txt. I can able to select it. So like this I can able to open the file, with which what we are having is options. We are having the options in the menu, right? So file open like this. And similarly file copying means where suppose if I'm going to have a file in C folder, so that is the file one. So where I can able to copy this file to the another folder also. Right, so I can able to copy this file from this one drive to the another drive. So that should be the copy, where you can able to again copy this from C drive to E drive also, where you can able to copy into the another drive. And similarly move means moving a file. So that means that suppose I'm having a file in C drive. So I want to move this file to D drive, right? So if I'm going to move this file from C drive to D drive, and the file what is there in the C drive may not be exist, and that one is going to be available in D drive, right? So the file moving means when able to move this file to the C drive to D drive. So copy means where this file able to exist in the current location as well in the copied location also. So that is the difference between the move and then copy. So copy means we can able to copy the content or entire file from C drive to D drive. So whereas move means we can able to move the file from this location to the D drive location, but the file may not exist in the current location. And renaming the file, so initially I'm save it as file1.txt. Suppose if I want to rename it as new file.txt, so that one should be treated as the like, otherwise AAA.txt or something a.doc. I can able to rename the files like this. Okay, so that should be treated as the renaming the file. And suppose if I want to delete the file, so what next operation what we're having here is delete. So delete is the option. So we can able to delete this file which is available in OneDrive. Suppose in C drive I'm having the file file1.txt. I want to delete this since I want no longer want to use this. So then I can able to click the mouse right click, and then I'll click on delete option, so that the file is going to be deleted. And the file what I deleted is to be stored into the recycling bin. It is not completely deleted from the system. So whatever the files that is deleted from the folders or whatever it is, so that is going to be deleted from the recycling bin. And this recycling bin, so what is to be there is, so we can what are the files that are deleted, that is available. So in recycling bin, so what is the files that are deleted is there. So again, if I'm going to click on the right click on that one, so we are going to have the option of restore. So if I'm going to click on this, again this file what is again stored back to the C drive itself. That is the option. So what are the files that are available in recycling bin is completely deleted, then it should be deleted completely from the system, right? So these are the some of the options what were operations we are going to perform on files. And utility programs. So what are the utility programs? Some small programs that perform some special functions. So those and all will be considered as utility programs. So mainly these programs are going to manage the system resources and able to create a pleasant environment and improve the efficiency. So utility programs are some kind of programs which can able to perform some of the special functions, and these functions able maybe that it will able to manage the system resources as well as it can able to create the pleasant environment and improves the efficiency. And then display utilities also available, so which can able to change the appearance of the desktop and Windows colors and then font sizes, and should also include screensaver, screen resolution, and then clear type. So these are some of the display utility programs. So that is going to be change the appearance of the desktop, windows, and then font sizes. We should also include the screensavers, screen resolution, and clear time. So we're going to be add and remove the programs into this. So we are going to have installation visual, and then we also have an install wizard through where we can able to simply delete the programs from the system. And file compression utilities also available, so we are able to reduce the size of the file and we can able to take out some of the redundancies, and should also make it as easier and faster to send files over the internet. So file compression is the presently so many file compression techniques are available. So suppose if the file size is of let it be 1 MB, so it should be very difficult. So similarly, if it is 3 MB, it may be 10 MB of files. So now currently so many file resolution and file compression techniques are available, so which can able to reduce this into KBs itself. So if it is 1 MB, I can able to reduce to KB, and if it is 10 MB, I can able to reduce to 4 KB or 3 KB like this. So these are some of the files. So many file compression techniques are available for reducing the size of the files, and you can also take it out some of the redundancies, and then so that what will happen is it can may be easier and faster to send the files over the internet. So if it is MB, it may be will take time of 1 to 2 minutes to send this 10 MB of file, right? So for that, instead of if it is going to take in KBs, it should be sent within 1 second or 2 seconds itself. And another thing, what we're having is system maintenance utilities files. So for this, we're having disk cleanups, and which can also clean the unnecessary files. Suppose if we are going to have unnecessary files are there in C drive, D drive, so can able to delete or can able to back up that. So for that, we are going to have disk cleanup. So if I'm going to click the right side of this drive, so this pop-up window is going to be open, and then how much of size that files size is going to be there in that C drive is going to be shown, and it's going to be able to show how much of space is still available in the drive, and this one is able to provide the description of the contents of the highlighted folder, and what is the purpose and what is this, when it's going to be created, and that and all details is going to be shown here. And system maintenance utilities were also going to be seen disk fragmented, and the scan disk for error checking and task manager. So these are the drives hard disk where you can able to see the different fragmented files on the disk or defragmented files on the disk. So the fragmented files of the disk it would be going to be stored in different sectors where and all the data is going to be stored. And defragmented means where it is going to be shown in a serial order of the entire disk one by one. Okay, that should be the difference between defragmented and fragmented disk files. So fragmented disk files where the data is going to be available in some parts of the disk. Okay, so whereas defragmentation, it should be covered one after the sector by sector it is going to be done, and then track by track it is going to be stored. So system restore is also available where you can able to restore the system settings to a specific date, or can able to restore the file that is available in the operating system. And system backup so should also be available, which can able to create the copy of hard drive to the under storage, and then task scheduler is there which can able to run the selected utilities and automatically. And accessibility utilities, so easy of access center where you can able to centralize the location for the assistive technology. Okay, so these are the some of this file management operations and file extension that is going to be used. So whatever the data we collected, that should be stored in the form of files, right? So file management also very important. So normally this file management is going to be seen by the operating system, which is going to be arranged in some of the hierarchical structure, and these structures are going to maintain the different types of folders, subfolders, and then files, and we can able to view these files and folders in 3D view. And so we can able to see these files in a detailed view also, like either you can able to view in the form of iconic view, or you can able to see in the form of list view, or you can able to see in the form of subtiles or view like this. And naming the files, so how we're going to name the files means we can able to give the file name, which should be followed by the type of extension, and in between the file names we are not going to maintain all the symbols right in between the file names. And these are the some of the file name extensions what I'm going to be shown here. So .doc is the text file for processing documents. So we're going to have, so these are the some of the extensions .doc, .wks and .pd, and this one is going to be used in different kinds of applications. So if it is docx means that should be the for processing document of Windows 7, Microsoft Office 7, and this should be for Office 3 like this. So if it is Excel, then we are going to have option of .xls, or we can able to have .slr, and these are the for spreadsheets and database and PowerPoint presentation and portable document format. So along with this, also going to have some of these extensions like RTF and .txt like this. So which is going to be for text file processing, and .html for creating the web pages, image files, and then compressed paths. So file path, so how we're going to see the file path. So starting should be the drive, and then within this what we're going to have should be primary folder how to use. That folder is going to be going to have some of the subfolders, and within these subfolders finally going to have the file name, which is going to have some extension. So that thing should be treated as the file name here. And working with files, so we're going to have different types of actions that is going to be performed on files. So that may be open, that is opening the file, and copy means copying the file from one location to the another location. That means you can able to copy this one file to the one location to the other location, but the files may be exist in source as well as the destination. And move means moving the file, so where you can able to move the file from C drive to D drive, but in once it is moved, the file may not be exist in C drive. Renaming is the fine thing where you can able to rename the file, and delete means deleting the file. So what is the file that is deleted is going to be available in recycling bin. So if the file what I deleted from the recycling bin, that should be completely deleted from the system. And these are the some of the utility programs which can able to perform some special functions for managing system resources, present environment, and improve efficiency. And display utilities, so which can able to change the appearance of the desktop windows, and it will also screensaver, screen resolution, and clear time. So these are the some of the add of removing programs. So that should be of installing and uninstalling widgets. And file compressing utilities, so we're going to reduce the size of the file from MB to KB, or can able to reduce the file from TB to MB. So that what the purpose is that, so that you can be easier and easier to store, and you can able to send the files very fastly over the internet. And some of the system utilities, so if I'm going to see the drive, so what is the content of the file, how much size is there, how much free space is there, and what is the purpose of this drive, and how the disk fragmented looks like. So where the fragmented files, how the fragmented files will be there on the disk, and defragmented files, how it will be like this. And system restore is also being going to have, so which is going to be restore the settings on the system date and accessibility utilities. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.